podcast.
You listen to Kendrick and Matt on the Slip and Dip podcast.
Oh, beautiful, man. What is up, people? Welcome back to the Slip and Dip podcast, episode 107. Coming at you on a Sunday evening on the heels of two incredible sporting events that we were both at in different areas of the country. Pacquiao Thurman and UFC San Antonio. I was in San Antonio. Kendrick was in Vegas. We're about to talk about that. But first, on today's show, we have someone who will be competing in UFC 240. Thank you. Forgot the number.
City in Canada.
Forgot the number for a second there. But UFC 240, Geoff Neal taking on Nico Price. He's on the show today. We also have one Miss Cynthia Calvillo, gives us a fire interview spitting flames on the whole division and a whole lot more. You guys are really going to enjoy that. And then Kendrick's man, not UFC, Las Vegas news anchor from the NBC station out there, NBC3 in Las Vegas, Mr. Bryan Salmond returns to the show to talk Pac Thurman the whole weekend and combat sports in general. It's a fire show for you guys. But let's start with Kendrick. You were out there, Pac Thurman. Tell me about it. Talk to me about it.
It falls in my top 5 as far as atmosphere and state. The week had a typical big field fight week in Vegas. It built as about Thursday, you felt it. Friday, it was there. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday, it delivered. It delivered more than I think people. It was louder. I'm one of the few people that actually was in the arena for Mayweather-McGregor. I mean, Mayweather-McGregor and Mayweather-Pacquiao. It was louder last night than it was for Mayweather Pacquiao, even though it was a bigger historic fight. When Pacquiao caught Thurman going back with that right hand and put him on his ass, boy, you didn't think the fight was over with. And then when you did the Filipino shuffle, the people really went nuts. Like, you knew real quick, there was 16,000 people there. At least 13,000 were going for Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And then they start playing the little Black Eyed Peas song, Filipino. You can't even really hear the song because the people were like going nuts. It's like the Manila that showed up in Vegas.
Yeah.
Literally.
The thing that was weird for me, not really weird, but the fact that it was a split decision and that nobody seemed to mind that it was a split decision. Usually when we see a split decision or a draw in boxing, there's really a vocal side on why the other guy should have won. And there was none of that. Because
the knockout was the difference. If Keith doesn't go down, if that fight's probably a draw or you score for Keith.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, he landed a lot more punches. Keith Thurman did. Looking at the totals, he landed 192 power punches where Pacquiao landed 113. It's a whole lot more power punches.
And I literally just got a text from somebody I talked to last night. People are talking about Pacquiao rematching Thurman or Pacquiao fighting the winner at a Spence Porter. That I saw both of them yesterday at a press conference. We got a lot of time. The 11 weeks leading up to that fight's going to be fire. But they're talking about him fighting Danny Garcia. I talked to one Danny Garcia Friday extensively and his dad Angel. First of all, they both want to come to the show. Second of all, they're big fight hunting, so it all matches up. So I gotta do some more investigating, but Danny Garcia's name will be in that mix for the next Pac-Man fight. So that's the money fight for anybody not named Canelo.
Beautiful. Shout out to all of our new YouTube subscribers. The channel is growing day by day. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with us. Hit that subscribe button if you are watching for the first time. And click that.
Tell your friends, family.
Share it around, all that good stuff. Since we are over 1,000 subscribers now, that super chat is open. So if you want to donate in the super chat, hey, we're not going to stop you. We appreciate it. Go ahead, drop us a little something, little piece of change. We would appreciate it.
Every dollar counts.
Yeah, and of course we'll give you shout outs on the show, especially throughout the week when we start doing more little live chats and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about real quickly where I was. I was over in San Antonio for Dos Anjos versus Leon Edwards. This card, I'm just going to talk about the business end of the card because the card tied the record for the most decisions at the end of the day with 10 decisions. We had 8 in a row. And the fight card was just dragging on. It was just dragging on. It was already a card not filled with the biggest names in the world. But when you get 8 decisions in a row, everybody starts to get a little frustrated. I saw MMA Twitter started getting tired. But I'm going to talk about the business end. We'll start with the main event. Leon Edwards absolutely tooled up RDA for the course of 5 rounds, and then he was just better everywhere. He was quicker. His takedown defense was on point, throwing those combinations, mixing in some leg kicks, doing some beautiful things. Fantastic work.
Do you want to see him and Mr. Masvidal fight for real?
Yes, that's the fight to make. Him and Masvidal has to happen.
Would it be a step back for Jorge?
No, absolutely not. People need to give Leon Edwards his credit, man. This dude's on an 8-fight win streak in one of the toughest divisions in the welterweight division, where you got guys that you're either fantastic strikers like Wonderboy Thompson, or you're incredible wrestlers. You got the best wrestlers, I think, in all of MMA in the welterweight division. So to get an 8-fight win streak like that, that's something crazy. And that's one of the things I asked him during fight week. I was like, how do you avoid becoming the next Tony Ferguson? Putting up this long win streak without getting a title shot.
He technically did get a title shot, though.
You know what I mean. A real title shot. Not no interim. Not no interim that they take away at a whim.
When you had lineal champions, you have to worry about that.
Anyways. Walt Harris, man, we were going to try to get Walt on the show today, but my God, I thought he killed a man because he knocked.
He did the
11 seconds in, man. Aleksei Oleinik was on the canvas, and he stayed on the canvas for a good 5 minutes. It was scary. He hit him with a flying knee and then followed up with a left hand.
He did a Jorge heavyweight style?
Yeah, it wasn't like running across the cage type thing or nothing like that, but yeah. It was brutal. Like Oleinik had 0 offense. I mean, in 11 seconds, what's going to happen? And yeah, it was crazy, man. All it took was 4 strikes and it was over. He hit a couple strikes on the ground, but he was done after that flying knee. And we found out just today he suffered a broken leg in that madness.
Who, Walt?
Oleinik. He broke his leg somehow. I don't understand, but it's crazy. So that was madness. And right before that, the fight everybody was talking about was Greg Hardy. And Greg Hardy went out there and put it on Juan Adams, who I think. And listen, Juan, I think came into the fight, man, a little too emotional. I think he came in too emotional, and for those of you that know his story,
get some insight to your coverage, because he knows in San Antonio. I listen, like, man, like somebody DM me. Are the Slip and Dip promoters this week?
I mean, look, if I'm in the city, I'm talking to both dudes, and I was talking to both of them all fight week. I was talking with Juan, at the hotel. I was talking with Greg at the hotel, and Juan definitely has his story about. If you haven't heard, his story is when he was a little kid. I think when he was 5 or 6 years old, the guy in his mom's life at the time started beating her up, and he tried to fight back and couldn't do anything because he was too small then. And so that's why, with the domestic violence that will seemingly always follow Greg Hardy, no matter what side of the fence you are on that, that gave him a lot of extra motivation and made him really, 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 I think, too emotional coming into the fight. And we saw that, during the entrances and stuff like that. I think he was too amped up. But
I never seen somebody that big jump off the stairs coming out the stage.
Yeah, man, he was not happy. He was not happy. Let me show you guys that clip if you have not seen it. He wasn't happy at the stoppage, man. And I look, if you get hit that many times and you don't move, I mean, the ref has no choice to stop the fight. I mean, listen, Greg Hardy, he hits hard. He's a big dude. But at the end of the day, if you take multiple shots to the head and you don't respond, like the ref has no choice. Yeah, he was cussing up a storm, man. Multiple expletives. I don't know why it's hilarious, but he was frustrated, man. He was frustrated, and yeah, he got mad and he stormed off. He apologized later, but the whole time this happened, Greg Hardy was in there dancing and everything. And after the fight, I asked Greg, did he see that? And he was like, I had no idea that happened. He's like, that's kind of crazy. But it's what it is. Greg Hardy improves to, another victory, another first-round stoppage. And, people are going to – he's the most polarizing figure in MMA. There's nobody more polarizing than Greg Hardy.
Yeah, you not one John Jones?
No. Hell no. Greg Hardy is by far the most polarizing figure. The last person I want to shout out is Dan Hooker getting a fantastic stoppage of James Vick. I think James Vick cuts way too much weight, man. It's got to be affecting his chin. It's got to be.
James Vick may be done, man.
I don't know if he's done. He cuts way too much weight. He cuts too much weight, man. And when you cut too much weight, your chin is a lot more susceptible to being knocked out. Like, your chin is gone when you cut way too much weight, man. You need to have that. You need to have that ability to go in there and take a punch. That's just what it was. And I mean, I don't know if anybody, or many people would have took that left hook that Dan Hooker threw him, but I don't know. We'll see what James Vick does, man. I say move up. That's just me. Arlovsky, gets a win over Ben Rothwell. Alexander Hernandez robbed the decision. It is what it is. I'm not even talking about the prelims. We're going to move on. But yeah, today's show, people, Geoff Neal, bring some fire. Cynthia Calvillo, bring some fire. And you're going to enjoy Bryan Salmond as well. Again, hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Do appreciate it. Trying to talk too fast. Thanks to everybody for listening. Me and Kendrick, we had a hell of a week, being in 2 different spots, holding it down, giving you guys some coverage. Check out all of my fight week recap stuff over at Flow Combat. I was covering UFC San Antonio for Flow Combat, so you can check out all the stuff there.
And
Kendrick.
Also the Ring Digital YouTube channel. You got everything from behind the scenes stuff with Showtime Sean Porter, that he'll be fighting Earl Spence. Got stuff right there. And the stuff during the week. Caleb Plant, friend of the show, said he's gonna come on after he get his marriage stuff taken care of. He said he was gonna win the fight in 3 rounds on this show. He ran in 3 rounds. He brutally got rid of Mike Lee.
He looked really good. That was impressive stuff. Yeah. So yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start up these interviews. And enjoy the rest of the show. Until next week, we'll have more fantastic guests for you. Peace. Please welcome back to the Slip and Dip podcast, one of the most exciting and rising welterweights in the UFC today, Mr. Geoff Neal. What's going on, my man? Thanks for coming back on the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. So you're getting ready to face Nico Price at UFC 240 here very, very soon, as in this weekend.
Yeah.
So how has everything been going in preparation for him?
Everything's been going smooth. The camp, I was already training him full time before the camp. So like once I got called out I was going to fight, I just kept on doing what I was doing. And yeah, I've been ready for months. I've been waiting for a fight. So this is perfect timing.
Yeah, it's been 6 months, or about 6 months, right? Since you first fought Bilal Muhammad in January. So is this a good pace for you in terms of the fights that you want to take, or did you want to get in a few months ago?
I wanted to get in a few months ago, but I'm patient. You know what I mean? The right opportunities will come at the right time. I'm never one for forcing anything. Before I fought Frank Camacho, I fought in February, and that was like another 6 or 7 month layoff for that fight. So I'm patient. Right opportunities will come.
How big a deal is to take advantage of that opportunity and cash in and get in that top 10 so people know your name and your work?
Amen. You say how I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity?
Yeah, that's how big a deal is it to take advantage of the opportunity so you can get up in that top 10. So, because like people see you, they like, he be knocking people out, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity, and it's on pay-per-view, so it's huge. So I'm just going to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's and I get the job done and show the world what I'm about.
You think that besides knocking people out, do you think to create some buzz, you're going to have to do something maybe out of character to get people attention or get on that mic and like our man Neil Magny likes to say, closed mouths don't get fed?
No, I'm just going to do me. I'm not going to change who I am just to get more clout or more recognition. If doing me doesn't get the job done, then whatever. But I'm going to stay true to myself, and the money, the fans, all that will come.
You that silent assassin, because I don't think people realize you about that life, because you don't act like a Jorge Masvidal or something like that.
You don't have to. Everybody's different.
Yeah, you're sounding exactly like Leon Edwards, who got that win last night. That's exactly what he was saying, because that was the question thrown to him, where people were like, "You're on this 8-5 win streak," and a lot of people still aren't giving him that credit. But I guess it's kind of different with him because a lot of his fights have been going to decision. You're going in there and getting the job done.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit different. But
I got to continue to do that now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's tough, man, because the welterweight division is just on fire. I don't think it's ever been more exciting than it is right now. And it's going to be tough to crack through that top, regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
What you learn about yourself by going the distance last time? Of course, you got the win, but all your fights have been ended by finishes. So is that something in the big scheme of things you need to go 15 minutes with Bala just for knowing how it's going to do, body conditioning and all that good stuff?
That fight was a good one. Whenever I got word on the fight, I had a feeling it was going to go the distance. Like, if I didn't finish him in the first round, like get him with like something like a spectacular knockout, like I knew it was going to go to a decision. And it was a good fight. You know, I beat him at his own game because usually when Bilal goes to decision, he wins the fights, you know. So I pretty much beat him at his own game. I almost finished him in the third. I dropped him twice. So I felt pretty good about it. I wish I would have got the finish, but it is what it is. You know, it's UFC. It's tougher competition. You can't expect to really finish everybody, but you can always put on an exciting fight, which I did.
So how big a deal is for you, because you consider your style's naturally exciting because you're super aggressive, but how big a deal is it to put on a fight? I always ask fighters, is it about just getting your hand raised, or is it about putting on a show and hopefully getting your hand raised? Because of course you want to win, but do you care if they say you're boring but you're getting wins, kind of like he said Edwards is, or it's about putting on a show regardless of what happens, kind of with Cerrone style?
Honestly, we're in the sport of entertainment, you know what I mean? So if you're not putting on a show, you're not doing your job. And that's bottom line. If you want to be a boring fighter, it's cool. Well, you need to find another job because this is the entertainment sport. Like, nobody wants to see boring stuff. You know, it's you putting on boring fights is just shooting yourself in the foot.
Did you talk to Dana today? It sounds like you've been talking to Dana.
Say what?
Did you talk to Dana today? It sounds like you've been talking to Dana. So that's like a quote we got from Dana.
No, I didn't even know. I didn't know he even said that.
Yeah. No, that's what he always says.
That's something he was saying.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy because you know, a lot of people were talking. I mean, did you watch the fights last night?
I watched some of them. I was at work.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you working in, watching?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just
scout and taking orders.
I'll blame it. I don't blame it.
That's a good look.
But yeah, it was crazy because you know, like Kendrick mentioned, I was there at the fights, and watching the fights live, of course, I'm getting the vibe of like, man, this is like real impressive to go out there and do this against a former champion like Leon did over 5 rounds. But then I hop on Twitter after the fact when I get to the back and people are like, oh man, he's coming for the title of the most boring fighter in the welterweight division. I was like, what? Like, man, I'm tripping, dude. Like, it's crazy how much like MMA fans, they're just brutal, man. I call them, the hashtag MMA fans because they're not true fans of the sport. They're just out there talking trash. Unless you like, they want to see the viral moments. They want to see a guy get pieced up backstage like Masvidal did. Yeah. They don't care what you do in the octagon.
They want to see trauma. They want to see people getting hurt. That's what they want to see.
Yeah, it's madness, man. It's madness. And I don't understand it. I really don't. Because you guys go out there and put it all on the line, man. People don't understand what it's like. We see firsthand what Walt Harris did to Alexei Oleinik. Man. But everybody's celebrating. Walt Harris is going crazy in the octagon. But what everybody doesn't see, everybody's not paying attention to, is Alexei Oleinik needing 4 people to help him get back to the back. Him having to stop on the way to the back and then have a stretcher come out to get him.
Oh man, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That happened Friday night too. On the Teofimo Lopez, the boxing superstar card, he fought the main card. Somebody got knocked out, a Russian guy like that. And he was going to the hospital, like getting him in the ambulance, he passed out. He had to have emergency brain surgery. He had a brain swell.
Whoa, okay, shit, this shit's crazy, yeah.
It's madness, man.
Then people realize, like, y'all really putting your life on the line when y'all get up in there.
Right.
Yeah. They don't care. They really don't.
They don't care.
How excited are you to fight in Canada? Like Canada, I think Matt's been, because he has family that used to work up there. I just want to go to Toronto one time. That's all I've always liked since a kid. I've been wanting to go to Toronto. Yeah. So how's it cool to be now just going there? You get to work there and hopefully get you a big paycheck there.
I mean, it's cool. Like honestly, I really don't care like where I'm at to fight. You know what I mean? I'm just here to get the job done. I'm here for like 7 days. I actually just got to Canada this afternoon. I left last night, but I'm here. It's cool. Like it's a nice city, but I'm gonna be in a hotel most of the time anyway, so I really don't care.
Is Coach there with you already?
Not Safe. My other coach, Coach Kruger, said he's here with me.
Okay, yeah, I was chopping up with Safe a little bit over the fight week out there in San Antonio, and I'm about to say you'll see a lot more of me out there for this for real coming up soon next week.
All right.
So yeah.
You said that last time, man.
True. Very true.
Jeff's like, I'm quiet, but see, I told you the quiet cats you gotta watch. I just told you, you be paying attention.
I'll just say this. He made me a deal. He made me a deal I could not refuse.
Okay, all right.
So I'll be out there for sure.
You're wild, boy. Jeff's silent but deadly.
Hey. But the gym expansion, like, how far has that process started?
I have no idea, honestly. Coach has he has it all handled. I've just been training, getting ready for this fight. Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
After the fight, I'll probably check on it, help out. I plan on moving into one of the dorms that are getting built. So we'll see.
Also, we can holler at you live and in color.
Say what?
We can holler at you live and in color then.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
How big a deal is it for you? Like, it's cool the fact that you still grinding on the day-to-day tip, being a server, and you fight. How big a deal is it to be a full-time fighter, or is that even a goal of yours? Because some people have their own paths. Everybody's own
You talking about, like, what was the question
in the
again?
big picture, how big a deal is it to be a full-time fighter? Like, all you got to do is worry about fighting. You don't have to worry about any quote-unquote regular jobs or day-to-day jobs. Or are you cool with that? Because everybody has a different path, as they said, because that might be your thing.
Yeah. I'm cool with it. I feel like there's really no such thing as, like, full-time fighters anymore. Well, I mean, there is, but I just want to keep money going. I don't, like, fighting's not forever. I can get hurt. I can tear my knee and have to have surgery and never be able to fight again. So I want to keep money coming in. Like my job, I'm building connections with people, talking to people every day. So even if I make a whole bunch of money, I'll still probably have my hands in something. You know what I mean? I'm still going to work somewhere, making money some type of way other than fighting.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. It's tough. It's a tough gig out there, man. Like not everybody, but talking to a couple other people this weekend, talking about the other jobs that they have going on. It's just like, man, you guys are at the highest level of your sport, and it's not a thing of, where some guys want to do more, where some guys want to, be like the personal trainer, they want to teach the classes. It's that they have to, and that's the difference,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the frustrating thing, I guess. But I mean, if you're cool with it and you're cool, you're still going out there and getting the job done, then I guess it really don't matter as much.
Nah. And then, we signed up for it. We knew what to expect, so can't complain too much.
For sure.
Just give some insight when they do the introductions and stuff. How much does that get your juice going when you got Bruce Buffer yell at your name? And like some people get the little dap and stuff, or because you don't have no emotion, so we can't tell if you crunk or not, or you silent but deadly. And then internally, are you excited, or you just like you locked in? You don't even hear him talking.
I got one job, and that's to win the fight. I don't even look at Bruce. I've been like the last fight he announced my fight. I didn't even notice he was there. I was too busy looking at Bilal, So I'm in the zone. I'm not worried about none of that extra stuff.
Yeah. How much? So one thing Greg Hardy was talking about. He seems to take on a whole different persona, like right before the fight. Is that true with you, or are you still like the same dude, throughout the whole process?
I guess I do take on a new persona. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. Like I just go in there. I've been doing it for so long. It's just like I don't even know when the switch happens. When I walk out there, I really don't know. I feel like I'm the same person throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? I like to keep my emotions in check at all times. And in the fight game, you really have to. You know what I mean? You can't. I used to, when I was an amateur, I used to go out there and be all hyped up, like listen to rock music, like I'm gonna go out there and kill this dude in the back, yelling, screaming, hit the mids. But now it's just I'm in the back. I don't listen to music. I'm sitting there chilling, talking, conversating, joking with my corner. I walk out there and I'm just cool. I'm still me.
Do you think in a weird way that the walkout is like kind of has its own version based on people's culture? Like I ain't never seen nobody but Kevin Lee come out bucking like he at the club or something, like he at Jay's in Las Vegas. Like the dude can't even put grease on his face. And we had him on. Yeah, we had him on. He's like, I've calmed down since I've gotten older. He's only 26. So like, man, what were you when you were a 21-year-old amateur?
Yeah.
But you think that's the way to show your personality?
Yeah, I mean, I can't show you personality. It just depends on you. Really, I don't try to show my personality. I'm just the only thing I'm focused on when I'm walking out is staying calm, keeping my heart rate down, and my breathing.
What's you at your max? How many heartbeats do you have like in a minute?
I don't count.
I don't know if you have a nutritionist because a elite boxer gave me some insight. I basically got to follow him before they do his training, and his heartbeat was like at 9, like a minute. His dude was doing the thing afterwards. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's superb shape. Yeah, man, I don't even know that somebody's gonna be fighting an elite fight coming up, but that dude's in ridiculous shape. He don't fight for 2 months, so he ready to put in work. He won't fight the fight of his life.
So, I mean, is a guy like Nico Price somebody that's you're even worried about? Because like again, like I was talking to some folks just over the past weekend, and it's like you talk with some coaches, and they're just like they have that mentality. Of course, you still have to prepare like you're in for the toughest fight of your life because the next fight's always the toughest fight. But the coach on the low key will be like, man, if my guy loses to him, I'll be completely shocked.
I know what you mean. The Nico Price fight, man, it's a scary fight because there's fights that he's been losing. You know what I mean? There's fights that he's been touted, like like the odds are against him. You know what I mean? Everybody's rooting for the other guy to win. He ends up somehow one way or another pulling out the win. So you can't sleep on Nico Price. You know what I mean? You got to finish him. You got to take him out. Otherwise, you might be in for some trouble later on. But I'm not sleeping on him at all. Like every fight's the fight of my life. You know what I mean? Every fight means everything. Like I have to win this fight. Every fight's a must win. I'm just ready to get out there and get this finish and move on to the next one.
Well, so it sounds like Matt could be your hype man.
Say what?
My man Matt could be your hype man. So
hey,
you do the fight, he do the talking.
Oh man, he's trying to make it full WWE style over here.
Everything's all pro wrestling. I saw him last night too.
Yeah, everything's pro wrestling.
He said behind me.
Everything's pro wrestling, man. That's how it is, man. This game is crazy. It's just madness, man. Looking at this whole division, man, that a win over Nico will make it 6 in a row for you.
Mm-hmm. 6 in a row.
6 in a row, undefeated in the UFC. Like that's gotta. I mean, you're already ranked. I mean, that's just gotta vaunt you up that ladder. You would think a top 5 opponent would have to be next, no?
Not top 5. I'll take anybody in the top 15. If it's a top 5, cool. But anybody in the 15 would be cool for the next one.
Okay.
You talk about conditioning. How could you like somebody they give you a big name, but it make you like a main event of a card, so it's gonna be five rounds. Could you jump in and do that on the fly? So your conditioning is on point like that.
Yeah, for sure. We train like we were doing 5 rounds anyways. Anytime we're doing like rounds and stuff in the gym, it's always 5 to 6 rounds. You know what I mean? I'm in the circle for 30 minutes straight, so I'm ready for that.
Okay, that's cool because I was I'll tell you, I was at the Thurman Pacquiao fight last night, and a lot of people didn't realize Keith Thurman was in the best shape of his career because he got caught with a severe body shot, and he recovered because he was in shape. And he came on our podcast and told us like his last fight, he trained himself at LA Fitness. He almost got beat by somebody that shouldn't even been in the ring with him, but he took this fight serious and it made that big of a deal because that's the hardest. He actually got decked earlier in the fight, but by getting that body shot and being in superb shape, he was able to weather the storm. And you got a Hall of Famer like Manny Pacquiao trying to take your head off.
Yeah, that's for sure. Being in shape is everything.
That's like half the battle right there.
What'd you say?
I see like it's half the battle. But of course, you got to have the will, me in shape. But if you're not in shape, no matter how good you are, if you ain't getting them out there in a minute or two, you done.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah. So one other thing I've noticed going on with Fortis recently, Uriah Hall's been out there. So what's it been like working with him?
It's been good working with him, man. That dude's for real. Like his kicks are scary. Like anytime he turns his shoulder like he's about to do a spinning kick, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was like, because you want to protect the head, of course, but it might slip. It'll come up and hit you in the body and it'll hurt your ribs. It's this man. He's so explosive. I really have faith that he'll bounce back and start pulling out some wins, and he'll be a champ. Like he has all the tools. If he just puts it together, he can really be something. Yeah, he already is something, but he can't be a champ.
I've noticed he's like a real. He's kind of like down to earth. He's like an interesting dude, like his character. So like, have you guys like shared knowledge of not just fights, but life stuff as well, like in between training sessions?
Not yet. After training, I get the hell out of there and I go home because all the past stuff too. I don't like to sit around and talk and conversate. You know what I mean? It's just I got other stuff to do.
So basically, if you get your way, you go get your win on Saturday night. You be on a plane Saturday night back to Dallas.
Yeah, no, that's what's going on. My plane leaves Sunday morning at 7 a.m. after the fight.
Just like, we'll get the check and go. You got a bonus check, haven't you?
I haven't. No, I have not.
Oh, so how big a deal is that to get one of those? How big a deal would that be to you to get one of those?
I mean, the
win's
G's. The win's a big deal. The check, that would be cool. That's what I'm shooting for. That's what I came out here for. So I'm shooting for the extra 50, but I'll take the win too. So
if you would to get the extra 50, would you take some time off on your serving thing, or you just go right on like no big deal?
I'm gonna keep grinding. There's no breaks. You know what I mean? I took a break the last fight. You know what I mean? I took a break from working. I already got my break in, but I'll probably cut down on the hours. But as far as that, nah, I'm gonna keep on working.
They recognize you. You got some fans that's like the fight fans. Hey, it's Geoff Neal. That happened a few times.
Only the hardcore ones, you know what I mean? The people that really follow MMA. It's never like the casual person that just watches on certain pay-per-view events, you know what I mean? Because I don't have a name like that yet. So you have to be one of those people that just happen to see that knockout on YouTube or you watch the actual fight, you know what I mean?
Now after this, I'm pretty sure I haven't been to your restaurant. Are you the UFC guy?
Say it again?
You get that? Are you the UFC guy?
I get that sometimes because people don't recognize me, but a lot of people at the job, they talk about me, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we got a guy that fights in UFC here, and then they'll come up like, hey, it's you. You're the UFC guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like they found me or something. I'm like the only black person that works there.
I figured that. I just used just common sense.
Right.
Like, I didn't know, but I'm first team common sense. So I was going to roll with that one.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. So how much do you care or pay attention to what's going on the rest of the card that you're on? Are you looking at the Cyborg fight and the Max Holloway and Edgar?
Nope. To be honest. They're good fights, but like honestly, I'm the main event in my mind. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm here. This fight is about me. They're here, but this fight is about me. That's what it's really about.
Hey, when you get your hand raised, same time in 2 weeks, you get the call. We done it once. We're gonna keep that cycle going.
I got you.
Well, hey man, thanks for coming on the show again, man. Enjoy your time out in Canada. Best of luck against Nico Price, and hold it down for Fortis and Dallas out there, man.
We do.
Oh, we will, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Good luck, Dan. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Yes, he's bilingual, right, Osito? Yeah, he's
that was a yes.
His name is Oso, so it means bear in Spanish. I don't even know if he knows that his name is Spanish. So
please welcome back to the Slim and Dead Podcast. UFC strawweight contender, one of the top 10 ladies in the division, Miss Cynthia Calvillo. When you get you a nickname?
Actually, I don't have a nickname.
I know. That's why you gotta get one.
Well, I have a couple of them. So like my first Muay Thai coach, Master Tong, he called me Tiger Girl. So I was Tiger Girl for a bit, and then just #1 spicy because he said Mexican spicy, you #1 spicy. So like my Muay Thai coach gave me like those nicknames, but nothing's really specific. Like that's stuck on for sure. Like that's like the real deal. But actually, I like the first nickname I ever got in my first gym was Crybaby.
It's a different triple C.
Yeah, no, it's Crybaby. Because I started and I would like cry all the time, but I would always like be there just fighting back. I'd be like crying. I'm like, I'm not, you ain't gonna take me down. I'm gonna come back. And so I would like leave. Like I would like get mad and like I would train, get off the mat, and I would cry and I'd come back and I'd say over. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so I was Crybaby for quite some time. I'm still a Crybaby though.
Hey, you wouldn't even know this. I was at the Pacquiao Thurman fight last night.
How was that?
I've been there a lot of times. It's in my top 5. It was pretty epic. It was a crazy fight.
Yeah, we watched it. I'm out here in Lake Tahoe right now. So I had my whole family's out here, and so my mom, my dad, my sister, and my nephew, and more family. And so we obviously I bought the fight. I was like, oh, we gotta watch the Manny Pacquiao fight. My dad wanted to watch it, so it was a good fight. We even did the rounds bettings where we did the 12 rounds, and we had to put like $5 a round and bet. And I messed up. I left 2 rounds up. But and then my dad was like, whoever got the closest round wins. So of course he had the closest round, so he won the money anyways. But no, it was a good fight, man. Dude, Pacquiao, man, 40, he's gonna be 41 in December. Jesus, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing about I was telling Matt, because Matt was at UFC in San Antonio, so he couldn't watch it. I don't know if you watch boxing a lot, but if Pacquiao was 5 years younger, I think he would have knocked Thurman out in the fourth round.
100%. He just had the cleaner combinations overall. Like they actually hurt Thurman. He would throw Thurman would throw combinations, but it wouldn't phase like Pacquiao. He was just like whatever. But man, there's no denying the power comes from the calves.
did what you think about when he did the little Filipino shuffle? It got you. We couldn't even hear ourselves.
Dude, he's my hero, man. I love Pacquiao. How can you not like Pacquiao? Like if you don't like him, you're a fucking weirdo. Like seriously, you suck. But it's hard not to like that guy. Like seriously.
Hey. Speaking of life, you got some fans and boxing fans. I was telling some of the people, they were talking about cutting weight, and I told them how I met you. Oh, she's a badass. She be messing people up in the cage. You're a couple fighters that like you.
No, I think my attitude and stuff coming in there, you know what I mean? And so and I feel because people know me from my submission, so they always assume I'm just just a ground fighter. But I feel like I've come a long way. I feel like I do show a lot of things that strikers can appreciate. And my last fight, even though it was a decision win, I felt like I used some combinations where I was going 1 up, 2 to the body, and then hook up top. And even Dominic's brought that up too. It's mixing it up, and so I feel like they can appreciate that. And thanks to Justin Buckles, my main coach, got them hands fast. So
100%. Yeah. One of the things, obviously, after I forget which card it was, this Sacramento card. The Sacramento card. I saw you had to clap back on Twitter when people were trying to match you up with Brianna.
Yeah, here. Look, yeah. So I know Brianna. So I know her. We grew up she's actually been training longer than I have. Than I have. And so a lot of people don't know about her, but she has it, and she deserves it. And honestly, if Dana was and I think she's worthy of having a match like that because I think she's that good. I don't know if the UFC or the matchmakers understand how good she is, but if they said fight her and you beat her, then you get the title, then yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean I'm seasoned. I'm already been in here in the UFC. I've been fucking begging and crying and please give me some other people. Why would it show me beating her that I deserve a title? Dana White ain't talking about you. I'm sorry. He didn't say nothing about your fight. What was so impressive of you getting it done other than you're from the Bay Area, which is where I'm from, and I understand that San Francisco's coming up and shit, but it just so it was. Yeah, I usually I don't go on and talk to people on social media, but I just kind of got bothered because I've been asking for fights. I'm itching for a fight. I'm coming from an injury, and I was just kind of yeah. So that's what happened.
I know that's why I caught my eye. I was like, oh wow, this really must have struck a chord with her because you hop on there. We don't ever really see that. It's usually you just doing your life things, you seeing some training, posting the pictures today out at the lake, having a good time.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Every
once in a while, I'll go back and say some stuff. Even when Joanne Calderwood tried to call me out when I was in Argentina the day before my fight. She was it's funny. The last time I missed weight was fighting Cynthia. Blah, 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 blah. Karma's a bitch. I hope we can fight in fucking, flyweight, and I'll welcome you. And I'm like, dude, I was like, first of all, so I went back. I didn't realize it till days later because somebody brought it up. And first of all, let me post this picture of your face all bloody and fucked up from me beating your ass when you miss weight. When you miss weight. At least I missed weight and still won my fucking fight in the first fucking round. You got your ass whooped. What?
That's your nickname, gangster, right there. That's your nickname, gangster. She hit the switch like that.
So there's a couple of times where they kind of just make it easy for me to just go out there and like clap back, you know. But like, you know, I'm not sure I want them. The thing is, like with social media, because I am the high strong personality that I do have, it's really hard for me to get into people on social media because it's not the real them. Like you wouldn't tell me that shit in my face. You wouldn't. So I'm not gonna waste my time talking to somebody who ain't really about that shit. If you really, you know, oh listen, I watch. Trust me, I know what you're saying. If we see eye to eye and we're in the same place, believe me, you're gonna know that I'm there, you know, and I'm gonna see if you feel the same way, you know. It's true.
How you feel as a whole? Do you think that the UFC needs more real people? Because it's kind of funny how Jorge Masvidal has gotten a spotlight because of his crazy knockout, but he's been a real one for a while. Now people like people like Jorge Masvidal are the norm in boxing, but MMA is like he's an outlier because like whoa, he's like from the streets and stuff, or he has a gangster personality. You think UFC need more of that? Because at the end of the day, you're trying to knock somebody's head off. That's not a gentleman's sport or a lady's sport. My bad.
His own. I think everybody needs to be real. I think George was just being real. I think it was just his time. He's always been the same personality from the get-go, from, you know, fighting the street fights with Kimbo, you know, all that shit, you know. He's always been real. We all know that. The thing is that you needed to do something impressive. And it all started with the 3-piece with the soda, you know, and in the back, you know, after, you know, Darren Till, he beat him up, and then he went in the back and tried to fight with the 3-piece of the soda. And then, you know, and so he got a little bit of touch in there, and then he beat Ben Askren. But the thing is, it's like he's got a lot of fights. He's got a lot of history, and the thing is like he never got the mic because I feel like he never did anything super impressive. But he did, but not to that extent where it was like people were like, "What the fuck?" Just shocking people. And when you do that kind of shit, when you do shit that like open people's eyes, then you got people's eyes. You know what I mean? You're all attention on you. And so he finally got the mic. I think it was this time. You know. Nothing against Robbie Lawler either, because people were like, hey, you know, Robbie Lawler like almost beat Ben Askren. Like, you know, Ben Askren should have been done already because, you know, he ain't even at that level of the UFC. You know, he's undefeated. How is he getting all this attention? And I'm like, you know what? It just wasn't his time. It was time for George Masvidal to get the mic. And it was that time. It was the perfect timing. And I could not be more happier than for him. And I think it's time for him to really deserve all the success that he's gotten because people don't even know, dude. He's been doing it for way long. You know, he's an OG when it comes to fighting for sure.
Thank you for that very necessary comment. Very necessary.
Very necessary. As I like.
Super necessary. Super
necessary. It was super necessary.
Right. So one thing you said a second ago was about the social media thing, right? Like, I don't know how you feel about Greg Hardy, but Greg Hardy is a very polarizing individual, right? I'm going to tell you what I saw in San Antonio. I get on Twitter, everybody's bashing the hell out of Greg Hardy, like all this negative stuff. In the streets, when Greg Hardy's walking through on the Riverwalk, hey, Greg, can I get a selfie? Greg, can I get a selfie? Hey, man, you're the best. I love you.
Weren't you the one that was talking shit on Twitter 2 seconds ago? But you still want a picture. I appreciate that. No, that's social media for you. That's why I don't fuck with it too much. And like, unless I know the real person behind the social media and what they're saying in the comments, you're not gonna get my energy and time because you wouldn't say that shit in front of my face.
That's why you need to follow me and Matt then tonight. Then, right? You can follow us, right?
Yeah. First of all, I can't believe if I'm not, then I'm sorry, but I fucking suck at social media. That's why I don't fuck with social media.
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you know, Kendrick.
First of all, no, that's mean, man. I'm sorry. Seriously, I'm sorry. Like, I'm the worst with that. Like, I'm the worst with social media. I'm not gonna lie.
So since we last saw you, give some insight to your health and switching gyms. But we haven't got the story on here. So since this is a Did podcast and we open it up, give us the real story. You're right. He said he really wish you well. He definitely has no hard feelings, and he said he still believes you're gonna be a future champ.
Oh, no, that's cool. I haven't heard that. I don't know. I didn't realize that they asked him about me leaving yet and that he was vocal about it. But yeah, no, it is what it is. I think it was a time to move on. I try to still have my relationship with the team and also having Justin as my head coach. And I couldn't do it after my last 2 fight camps. It was just a little bit too much. I felt like I was going through, like, I was in the middle. I was like a kid going through like a divorce. You know what I mean? And so I was like, man, you know, I can't do this. And like, you know, Justin's been there from the beginning, and like he's been very supportive. So I follow that. Justin's got some things in the works. So I'll leave it at that as far as like where I'm going for my next gym. No, I love Sacramento. I still have a lot of love for a lot of my teammates there, and you know, everybody's supportive. Like they've all been great. You know, it is what it is. But other than that, yeah, it is what it is. But other than that, so I was supposed to fight in Sacramento, obviously, July 13th. It was an incredible card, first of all, amazing. I still ended up going. It was my birthday, but that was like my thing. I was like begging to fight in Sacramento, in front of my, you know, hometown people that I've been living here for 6 years. They agreed to come my hometown, and you know, I wanted my dad, my family to come see me fight live for the first time. My dad never got the chance, so it was a huge deal for me because I literally, like, nobody wanted to fight me on the Sacramento card, and like I was just like talking shit. I was like, that's it. Everybody, you know, nobody wanted to take the fight, but then I realized why too, because California's got some serious taxes. And then I didn't realize later, you know, Tisha Torres was like, let's fight in San Antonio. And I was like, nah, dude, I already got a fight. Like, bro, quit playing, you know, I was talking shit, right? Texas ain't got no taxes.
Yeah. Hey, no taxes, but some questionable judging, so. Yeah,
so I get it now, but at first I was like, come on, I don't give a fuck, you know. And I didn't care at that time because I was like, I really wanted to fight in front of my family. So I was like, taxes, whatever, I don't care. I'll fight for free in front of them, you know. And anyways, I ended up fracturing my foot about 6 weeks ago. I was sparring, kicked my training partner in the face. It was a 1-2, a 2-piece with the kick in the face. And then it's just like a fracture. So I had to spend some time in a boot for 6 weeks. I'm out of it now. So as of since last week, I'm don't have to use a boot anymore. And so slowly but surely, we're gonna get back. A lot of my footwork, a lot of my game involves footwork, so I got to make sure that I'm ready. I really wanted to fight in San Francisco, October 12th. Really. And it's just it's right there. But in order for my recovery and for me to be the top-notch fighter that I need to be and rebuild the muscle that I lost, on my left leg. So I feel like probably as soon as I'll get back, it's November, maybe Madison Square Garden. But I really wanted San Francisco, but it's all good because I ain't trying to fight underneath fucking Michelle Waterson and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. First of all, I asked for both of them, and they didn't even say my name. And I got a contract that I had with one of them. She still won't say my name, and that's okay.
Well, we need names.
Michelle Waterson. I was supposed to fight her a year ago, and I got that the same day that I got my suspension was the same day I had my contract with her. And so when I came back and I was healed up, I was like, yo, Michelle, we signed a contract, what's up? Next thing I know, she don't even know who I am. She don't even want to say my name no more, nothing. And I'm she's like, I'm the mom champ. I think I deserve a title, and I've been doing this for a long time. I was no, nobody cares. Win your fights impressively, and then you go. She looked really good in her last fight, but don't tell me you're fucking killing people and people need to talk about you like you're the champ. Come on. You can be a mom champ. Beat someone's ass impressively. Do it. Finish her. And then maybe people won't question about it because you ask Dana. Dana's like, no, you're not getting the title shot. Prove it to me. So now she's got a good shot. She's main eventing in San Francisco, the Bay Area. They should have fucking asked me because I am from the fucking Bay. But instead, they put Joanna and Michelle Waterson as the main event. So they can have it. I don't want to be on that card.
Yeah, area.
Exactly.
I just saw this weekend.
I mean, it could also be an opportunity if you were on that card to get on the mic and talk real spicy about both of them.
Hey, I might not be fighting that card, but I'll still be guest fighter. Believe me, both of them know exactly who I am. Every time that I go to an event as a guest fighter, every strawweight fighter that is there knows that I'm fucking there. Let's just make it I'm fucking loud as fuck, and they know that I'm there and I'm fucking coming for them. Tatiana, her last fight, I haven't seen this in an interview, but like Tatiana, she had her fight in Chicago as a guest fighter there, right? And you know, I previously called her from my last fight, and I couldn't take the fight with her because they were actually going to give it to me, but I got injured. Yeah, I had a tear in my shoulder. Every fight, so you know, we got a bunch of shit going on. But they said you can fight Tatiana, but you got to fight her April 8th or 4th, whatever the April card was, right? And I was like, I just fought, and like I have a tear in my shoulder, and it's just one of those things. It's like, don't call anybody if you're injured out, but like I didn't realize the severity of my injuries either, you know, at that time when I called her out. But I couldn't. And so they gave the fight to Nina. You know, Nina got to fight Chicago. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be guest fighter. I've been seeing them all 5 weeks. I was there, you know. And I was like, hey, what's up? You know, I'm here. And then after she fought, she was in the lobby with her family. I went up to her, hey, congratulations, great performance. I'm glad you won. But I hope one day I have the honor to share the cage with you. You know what I mean? Like, she knows. Like,
I see you on fight week. You don't mess around.
No, you know that. That's how we met. You know I do not mess around on fight week.
Just as like she's gonna be in the UFC and she's not one to mess with. Shh. 8 months later, you got 4 fights and 4 wins.
So like, think about this real quick, okay? So, 8 out of the 9 women that I fought are in the UFC or were in the UFC, and all of them are now flyweights. Joanne Calderwood is a number 5 ranked flyweight. If I move up, what the fuck does that make me?
Do you think you have the strength to fight 125 and dominate?
Not 35, but 25 for sure.
What do you think? What do you think? I know you're a fan of the sport. What do you think about Valentina? Because they say all the champions, men and women, she has the biggest gap. Like second place is down here, and she's up here.
It's just such a empty. It's such a new division, so empty. And like I already beat half of the flyweights myself because they all moved up. Joanne Calderwood flyweight, Montana De La Rosa flyweight, Jillian Robertson flyweight, Poliana Botello flyweight, and what's her face? The last one Courtney Casey. She's moving up to flyweight too. I already took out half of the flyweight division. There's nothing there, so she looks incredible. And I'm not taking anything from Valentina because, like, honestly, she's amazing and I love it. I'm a big fan, but goddamn, she looks like a big old fat juicy steak to me, and I'm trying to eat.
Do you think you just that the opportunity a way to get your name? Because like they say your name after the ladies you mentioned, they mentioned the Tatianas, even Nina's names come up a little bit before yours. Is that the real chip that it's on your shoulder that I see right down on that window?
I just think that the credibility of it, like I think they're just kind of having a hard time trying to figure me out in my style and what I am. I'm an MMA fighter. I'm on the real deal, like from inside out. Like there's nothing fake. The way that I am from the inside and the way that I speak and the way that I perform, I back it up 100%. And a lot of girls like that fight, they're just kind of fucking weird and like they get offended. Like, dude, we can be friends, but also fight your ass. Like, it's like. This is a competitive sport. Like we're friends. Like it's not like I'm not like, oh, I don't like the girl, so I'm gonna fight her. Like it's not about that shit. Like if I think you're good and you're the best and they're calling you the best, then I fucking want to fight you. You know what I mean? And if someone calls you out, especially me, like I don't understand. Like I just don't get it. Like obviously the UFC's. They've been good to me even after my suspension too, just like pushing me and like making sure and like. Do all these UFC appearances. I'm able to like go and talk to fans and stuff like that. But like, man, like, I'm sure that they know I'm the real deal, and they're kind of like confused at it. They don't know how to, like, I think they're fierce. I don't know. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about me because they don't know what's up. They don't know if they like me or if they want to fight me. And I'm like, I want to do both. I like you and I want to fight you.
Who's 3 fighters that you have to see before you hang up the gloves?
All of them. Dude, I want Joanna. First of all, most importantly for me, so I want to fight everybody. But the thing is, it's like Joanna Jędrzejczyk, like because for me, the deepest and the most hardest and the best women's division in the UFC is hands down the strawweight. That is the most talented, the most difficult. If like to me, getting the strawweight belt is more than getting the flyweight belt because it is a seasoned belt. It is so deep. It's got so many times defended. She was the most dominant fucking champion. And if I take that, it's all mine, man. Everything she got, it's all mine. So that's why for me, she would be the one that I would want to fight foremost, and like have her because I would take all of that. But I want Tatiana and Jessica Andrade, of course, you know. But I want them all. But definitely, I want the baddest bitch.
So assuming you get your hand raised by the end of the year, do you think you get that top 5 opportunity early next year?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's what it's gonna be like. If I do some impressive shit, you know, and I'm not saying anything against Corey Casey, but my last fight, like it's very hard to look impressive towards her. She's a really tough fighter. She's really big, and you either win by like a split or something like that. And so it's really hard for me to look impressive, especially because I took damage to my leg like at the beginning of the second round, and so it was like really hard. But I really do feel with my attitude and my persona, and if I can back it up and have a very impressive win, whether it's 1 or 2, I'm fucking there. You're fucking mine. Like you can't hide. Like you run, but you cannot hide. I'm fucking in your face.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you get back in there. You know, I'm glad to hear that the foot's doing well. You're healing up. You're just ready to get back in action. And yeah, like you said, the top of that division is jam packed, and I like your chances against any of those names, honestly. So I just need to see the schedules and get the contract signed. Tell me what day it is. Of course, I will be tuned in. And if it happens to be close by, I'll try to be cage side for it as well.
Hell yeah. So if it's not, so I really want San Francisco, but fuck that card. They can scratch it. I don't care. I'll be guest fighter. Fuck Michelle and Joanna, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'll do either Madison Square Garden November 4th. If not, I'll go to Vegas, and we can have a jolly old time there because it'll be closer to hometown. I'll still be able to fly my dad there, so it'll be one of those 2 days. So I'm thinking Madison Square Garden because, of course, I'm gonna be like Muhammad Ali, man, fighting in Madison Square Garden. Like that shit is dope.
Have you been there as a fan?
Huh?
Have you been there as a fan? The MSG? Yeah, I went to the first 2 cards. I went to the Conor when Conor got the double belt, the champ, and I went to the GSP Bisping, and it lives up to the hype.
No, I went there when Cody fought TJ for the first time, I think.
Oh yeah, that was the GSP card. Yeah, because Cody won. So you saw Joanna get whooped in that day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she got knocked out by Rose. Yeah, no, I remember that. I was on the purple couch at Metro PCS, but yeah, no, I remember that. It was an incredible card. Madison Square Garden was amazing. I got to be guest fighter with Francis Ngannou before when he first got the hype. He got devolved a little bit, and then he came back. Now he's on the hottest shit ever. Yeah, but yeah, no, dude, and I got to meet Kobe Bryant that weekend.
Remember, that's what I took the picture for you, remember?
Yes, you asked him about him. You're the reason why I got the interview, and you had him talking about me. Shout out. Right there. You're the reason Kobe knows about me because you really asked about me in my life. For real, dude. That shit was amazing, man. Seriously. Especially because, like, so I always knew who Kobe Bryant was, and I was like a fan, but I was never like a serious fan because I was never a basketball fan. Like I've always either I like football or I like fighting. Like I don't know, it's just my thing. And but then I watched his documentary Muse, and like, dude, like that shit hit home. Like he had to deal with the Achilles injury, and that can be the ending career injury where like right after he got injured, like the news reporters like, how does it feel like this might be your last game? And he's like, come on, man, bro, I just fucking ruptured my fucking Achilles. Like, really? Like, you know, just kind of dealing with this shit and his childhood dealing with dyslexia and just like, you know, just a bunch of stuff. And like, I literally, like, I remember watching that and I was just like crying and bawling, like saying, I'm gonna go fucking meet Kobe right now. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it was, man, it was,
now I remember now. Here's a little funny thing. I told other MMA journalists, I covered the NBA. Kobe's known me since I was an intern. And he's my favorite player. But we gotten cool over the years. I'm like, yeah, it's casual. Like, Kobe's my friend. They're like, So it's like, as we say in the streets, that was the ultimate receipt because that was not scripted.
Yeah, no, dude, that was...
Tell my man Matt, didn't I get a shout out? Everybody's eyes was like, even Dana looked at me when he called me out.
No, that was dope. Like, honestly, you're the man for that. Like, seriously, like, to show that and have that video because you asked Kobe about me and he was like, he really, like, talked about, like, my, my history and where I grew up and, like, stuff like that. I was just like, holy shit, dude. Like, man. Like, nah, dude, that was pretty sweet. Shout out. Big shout out. Thank you. To you.
That's dope. That's super dope. You got one of the greatest ever.
One of the greatest ever.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's really cool to have that. Not only that relationship, but like that business side as well. And like now you guys know each other. You got that respect going. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to get to that level. I mean, I don't know if I have enough time to build a legacy like him, but it's never too late. People have shown that even when you get to 40, you can still knock people out. So I still got some while to go. I hit 30. I'm in my 30s now. My birthday was last weekend.
Happy birthday. 31.
Thank you. 32 now.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't look like it or feel like it.
32.
It should be 23, not 32.
32 años.
Yeah, dude, I'm just like, 32. And so, like, honestly, I'm going to throw a little bit of shade right now. But it's, like, funny because it's not. But, like, so, Faber, when I first started training at the gym, and I was, like, before I went professional, like, he was like, yeah, he was, like, super supportive. And I was, like, pumping me up. And he's like, you can be, go pro. And I was like, I have to have one more amateur fight now that I'm new here at the team, and then I'll go. And that's when I beat Aspen. Ladd, and then I wanted to go pro, but I got injured. I broke my arm. Then I broke my arm again, and then Faber was like, "Man, you're kind of getting old. I don't think you're really." He's kind of hinting at the point that I probably wasn't gonna have any success getting into the UFC or doing anything. He's like, "You're getting old and you're injured." He's like, "It's not gonna work." So it's funny for him to say that because obviously he got a taste of it because he tried to retire and came back, and you can never be too fucking old. Obviously, he's what, 40 and like got his first knockout ever, like
Right. Yeah.
She said ever.
I mean, it's
she
true.
Need to stop.
It's true.
He ain't get to the Hall of Fame not knocking out people. Y'all need to stop. It was.
Hashtag facts.
I mean, I'm not. It's throwing shade, but it's not, because like I say, it's just funny to me because I remember that. I remember him telling me that, like making me feel like he would even make it a point, like it was my birthday, and he'd be like, "Oh, you're hella old," and I'm like, "Thanks, dude. You're older than me." Like, what the heck? Like, that's fucked up. I know I'm not in the UFC yet, but I know I will be, and I will fucking shoot up that, like exactly what I did. So as soon as I got in the UFC, it's history. You know what I mean? I'm here now, and like I feel as young as ever. But 32 is another number.
And before we just go, how cool is that you have your own path, because you didn't use the Ultimate Fighter and stuff? Did you even get offered that? Because you literally went from LFA, beat Montana Stewart on a Valentine's Day, had me going up in there. I'm like, I gotta see this lady fight. She talking all this shit. I gotta see she
she's
do
trying
this.
to fight me for bringing a hamburger to weigh-ins while we're cutting weight. She got pizza, breakfast, like all kind of food. I was like, come on, bro.
No, I'll fight you for that hamburger.
No, honestly, man, it's just been crazy. I didn't do the Ultimate Fighter. I mean, I always knew of it, but I think at the time when they did the first strawweight Ultimate Fighter, which Amanda Cooper and Tatiana was on that one too, their second one, I don't know which one it was, but I was coming back from an injury, and so I couldn't try out for the show. You know what I mean? I was like, it's all right. I'm going to get my shot. I don't want to be in the house with a bunch of fucking hormonal, fucking crazy period bitches anyways. So I was like, I'm going to get my shot. I'm going to get it. So I just stayed positive, kept living paycheck to paycheck. But I was just so confident in myself because I know what I could do on the mats. I know what I can do in the mats. I know what I can definitely fucking do on the mats. And like, a lot of people don't fucking realize that. Like, people might see that in my fight and whatever, but you guys have seen a little bit of what I can fucking do. Come train with me and really find out what I can fucking do, and you'll be calling me fucking champ for life. But anyway, sorry to sound so cocky, but it's my hard work that gives me that confidence, to say that kind of stuff. But yeah, I didn't want to do the show, and lucky for me, I got a fucking a DM from fucking Sean Shelby, 14 days notice against Amanda Bobby Cooper, and I was like,
yeah. They knocked it out the park too with that first round finish.
You probably really did that. You on your couch. You probably really did that on your couch in Sacramento.
I did. I probably did.
Real life reenactment right there, right?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm gonna eat some gummy bears. I'm out this bitch. It's the last time I ate cheesecake. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I do not. You know what I mean? It's just all kinds of bullshit. Like, nah. No. To be honest, everybody at fucking Cheesecake, shout out Cheesecake. I'm fucking Arden, Sacramento, by them all. They've been the greatest ever. Sorry I haven't been back, but for real, they got some bomb ass cheesecake. Really good cheesecake.
Well, there she is, guys. Cynthia Calvillo joining us back on the Slip and Dip podcast.
Appreciate you
bringing the fire as always.
How many times have you fall off that paddleboard?
Actually, today I fell one time, but that's it. But honestly, I'm pretty good at it. I fucking love that paddleboard. I love it. Like, I love it. I don't know. I love the sun. Lake Tahoe's right there, dude. I don't know. I gotta fight, and I gotta keep fighting, and I want to make some money so I can buy a house there. You know, and then we're good. But you guys are more than welcome. You guys are invited. Anytime you guys in Sacramento, I'm gonna take you guys out there. We be out on the river. We go out in Lake Tahoe. Open invitation. Come out. Hit me up. I'll show you a good time. Get on the pedalboard. I think you did a good job too.
Hey, we'll have to take you up on that. That sounds like a good time. Well, we appreciate the time as always. Thanks for coming on short notice and kicking it with us for a little bit. And yeah, we can't wait to hear this next fight announcement. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good one.
Please welcome back to the Slip and Dip podcast. NBC3 Las Vegas sports anchor, sports director, Mr. Bryan Salmond.
Get it right, baby. Yeah. My God.
He was re-signed for Pat Thurman. Actually sitting behind me. He was on row 5.
Oh, wow. He was in row 5.
Wow, are you press row shaming right now? Really?
I know. He press row shaming. There you go.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
No, I know we could tell Matt, because we haven't even talked about this at all, period. When he did the Filipino shuffle in the 3rd round, I've been to a lot of fights at MGM. That was even more louder than Mayweather Pacquiao. Them people went nuts when he threw that boom on Keith, and then he did the shuffle and shuffled his ass to that still. That was the craziest shit ever.
No, the crowd was great. I mean, the energy inside the Grand Garden Arena was pumped last night. It was a good fight. I mean, it was one of the better fights I had been to in a while, man. I was really excited.
It's top 3, and I've been going to in the last 5 years. This is my top 3. But what I think is if Manning's 35, he gets Keith up out of there. There ain't no comeback because he would have got him in that 4th round.
Really, if Manny's 35, he gets Keith out of there. I don't know, man.
He was feeling good when he started doing that shuffle. He was feeling good.
He was feeling good. I mean, but still, though, that he felt good against when he fought Marquez the 2nd time. He was doing that same kind of shuffle, and Marquez, rocked him a few times. He didn't go to the post-fight press conference.
No, I did that.
Manny Pacquiao, after the fight, man, he was talking about, man, Keith Thurman is heavy-handed. He mentioned it more than one time. He talked about just how hard he punched. He was like, this dude, he could punch. So, I mean, and Keith Thurman landed more punches than Manny Pacquiao in the fight. Landed more power shots than Manny Pacquiao in the fight. So I think the fight was a lot closer than people were trying to make it out to be. He was winning the 1st round before he got knocked down.
The knockdown was the difference on my card because I would have had it on 114, 113 if the knockdown wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and if Keith Thurman got a knockdown,
we would have won.
I completely agree. Yeah, no, that was a good fight, man. That was great atmosphere, good fight. I know you seen pictures of your boy. You saw me up in there. I was killing him with the swag game.
I'm gonna post our stuff after the game.
After the show. You see the pictures?
I saw. I'm gonna post our pic after the show.
Okay. There you go.
Did you talk to Leonard one-on-one? I talked to Leonard, and he got mad at me because me. I think outside the box. Me and my man Matt were here in March. When Earl Spence beat Mikey Garcia, we see the senator from Philippines fly all the way from the Philippines to get in the ring. Yeah, let's get it on. I haven't heard his name come up Since that day, they won't
Errol
no part to
Spence?
Errol Spence. Zero.
Of course not, man. A 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. If Errol Spence hit Manny Pacquiao the way that Keith Thurman hit him,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So, however, I honestly do think that fight I think that Manny Pacquiao would probably take the fight. Obviously, Errol Spence would take the fight. But I don't think Freddie Roach would really let Manny Pacquiao have that fight. You know what I mean? I think he would really try to talk him out of it. I don't think...
You didn't just vacate the belt?
I think there's a rematch with Keith Thurman. Who doesn't want to see that?
You have been hanging out with Leonard. He was saying that all last night, boy.
I know. He was saying that.
He was.
But seriously though, who would? If Keith Thurman gets a knockdown in that fight, you and I probably say that maybe he should have won the fight. But the judges, of course, would have given a majority draw probably. You know what I mean? And they would absolutely have that fight over again.
I mean, look,
I think
it's a fight that it makes sense to have because not only is it a split decision, but the guy that lost had the better second half of the fight.
Yes.
So
Yes, I mean, you're right. From the 6th round on, he was almost winning all those rounds except for the 10th round, I think, where he got
that body shot. But talk about Keith's conditioning, man, because he joked on here. I think I joked to you when I a little bit talked to you that he came on here and said that he trained himself at LA Fitness for the Josecito Lopez fight. And I heard behind the scenes that he was in the best shape of his life, and we saw him get checked out because if he got hit harder with that body shot he did when he got knocked down.
The knockdown was with a right hand, too. And it wasn't even one that he was sitting on. He didn't see it hitting right on his jaw. You could tell he was in good shape. I mean, he could barely breathe through his nose, probably because he got it busted up. He said after the fight that he had already got his nose bloody during sparring. And he think that Manny touched it right in the perfect spot, and that's why whatever. But still, though, Keith Thurman was definitely rising towards the end of the fight, and Manny Pacquiao was fading towards the end of that fight. And when he came up with that round in the 10th round, that literally changed, to me, the outcome of the fight, because that fight really could have been scored like when Manny Pacquiao fought Marquez any number of times where, Manny got the knockdown, but like the Manny Pacquiao Marquez first fight where Marquez knocked Marquez down 3 times, but Marquez fought back and got a draw in the fight because he kind of dominated it. And Thurman was dominating the second half of that fight, minus the 10th round.
Yeah, what do you think about our fellow boxing people? He was running. What you supposed to do? He had 2 minutes with the Hall of Famer trying to take his head off. He would have been stupid not to run. He played that perfectly.
Wait, which round? The 10th?
Yeah, when he had the body shot, he had 2 minutes to survive. With the Hall of Famer trying to take his head off, he did what you supposed to do to a T. He was running. What you supposed to do?
Anyone who says that doesn't know anything about boxing. So either you should wrap him up, you got to wrap him up, or you don't sit there and get hit, and you don't go down if you don't want to go down. So I mean, that's somebody talking that don't know what they're talking about. Clearly doesn't know what they're talking about.
Give Matt and our listeners some insight to Fight Week, because it was not like Mayweather Pacquiao, which was once in a lifetime, but it fits in my top 10 fight weeks. I give it about 6 or 7.
I don't know, man. I've been to a million fights.
It's not top 5. It's not top 5, but I can give it top 10.
Fight week. I don't know. I mean. I don't know about necessarily the hype going into the fight. The fight was actually really good. Like as far as the fight was concerned, I put it up there like maybe a top 10 fight. Like a fight that people sleep on that was a great fight. Cotto Margarito, the first one. That fight was insane. The Pacquiao Barrera, like that was another fight that I've been to here in Vegas. Man, that was a crazy fight. Pacquiao Ricky Hatton was a crazy fight. He only went 3 rounds, but still, though, that was like but the fight was actually the fight was great. The atmosphere was great. And as you said, Fight Week was great as well, man. Got a chance to see a lot of people. You was in town. So, it had to been a good week if you were in town, right?
It's in my top 3. I'm about half the way with you on the fights. My all-time favorite as far as the fight that people slept on was Kovalev Ward 1. Like, it was the same thing, except for he won all 6. And he clearly won it, and he got the belts.
Yeah, no, that's just like the Pacquiao fight against, like I was talking about with Marquez in the first one. Where he knocked him down 3 times in the first round. You think that there's no way that the guy who knocked someone down could lose the fight or draw the fight, whatever. But Marquez came back and dominated the fight just like Kovalev Ward. I wish I was in town for those fights because I like Andre Ward. I never got a chance to watch him fight in person.
Yeah, that's like MMA. My guy's John Jones. 2 times I've been, he had suspensions come up the week of.
Oh, wow.
And then
I saw him fight 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, 3 weeks ago he was here.
And then the Anaheim when he got caught with the PEDs, my man here, I would have been rolling with him. I would have been up in that stuff. So, and I got sick that week, so it was like, it may not be meant for me to see John Jones live.
You know what, though? The John Jones fight, you know how the fight last night, it brings out stars. I mean, there's a lot of people that were in the building. Yeah. Man, John Jones brings out stars. How about the fight that we had a couple weeks ago? Halle Berry was there. I could just stop right there.
Yeah, you don't need to say anybody else.
Exactly, right? Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You can just stop right there. Halle Berry was in the building. His brother Chandler was there though, iced out. You know, the defensive end for the Cardinals. He was in the building. I had a chance. I covered him when I worked in New England, and he remembered me from covering him because I was a Patriots reporter or whatever. So I had a chance to talk with him. It was cool to see him at the fights.
Kawhi was in there. Did you see Kawhi? I didn't see him.
I didn't see him either, but I saw a bunch of pictures. I was like, man, Kawhi. I mean, come on, Kawhi Leonard in the building? Really?
He slipped in and slipped. That dude's, he slithered like he was on the court, bro.
How about my guy got a picture of him? Not inside the arena, but leaving.
Yeah, talking about your guy that I holler business with.
Mike. Yeah.
Shout out Mike Dixon, man. Shout out.
That physical profile, man. He shows up and dips out. That's what he does.
He's silent assassin.
On his teams and everything. San Antonio dipped out of Toronto. Yeah. But speaking of stars, like you were saying, man, that show that Kendrick was talking about, I'm sitting there cage side for that John Jones DC fight in Anaheim, and I look across the cage and I see The Rock. I was like, oh, snap, The Rock came out to a fight.
How about that? I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with I got a chance to actually interview The Rock at one of the UFC fights probably 10 years ago. And the UFC used to let us do interviews in between fights.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Get this cat started on the boxing side. It's pretty hilarious his take because he ain't ingrained to the culture, but he's ingrained to the UFC culture. It's very interesting.
No, my thing is this: is like, okay, I've been to boxing fights. I've covered boxing fights as media now, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as the fight's over, it's a damn mess. It's a mess.
Ghost town.
It's a mess. You know, you can run around, do whatever you want. UFC is like they've got everything under control. They let the celebrities go home. They let them get out on their own, do their thing. Whereas in boxing, it's like, hey, you can go run up on somebody. And I think that's just chaos. Like, if I was a celebrity, I'd be like, I would want somebody to have to escort me to where I'm trying to go without having to worry about random people running up on me. That's just me.
And Brian, I told him, when he's saying it makes some sense, it's common sense, but those people want to be seen. That's why they're coming. And
you know what?
I was just going to say that. Popping up on them, because 9% of the top, when I first started covering this, like, he know this fool from such and such, from Fight Hype or whoever. He know those people. They know him.
You know what? I was just going to say what you said, Kendrick, because that's exactly what it is. They want to be seen. Like how boxers, those kind of people get interviewed, and how do people bother them and all that kind of stuff. But you didn't see Kawhi Leonard get interviewed, or you didn't see, you know what I mean? You don't see, I don't even know who else was there that they showed, but I mean, there was a ton of people that were at the fight.
It ain't like a Floyd fight, though.
Yeah, no. But I mean, at the UFC, those people are seen, but they get out early as well, though. They get them out pretty quickly. Yeah, sure. But you know what, though? If you're at T-Mobile Arena, and the way that it's set up, when you go from T-Mobile Arena to the media tent, you walk by the Uber or the VIP car area, and a lot of those people are standing out there. Like the last few times when I've gotten done and I've walked back to the media tent, I've walked by. Cam Jordan was out there, the defensive tackle for the Saints. Yeah. He was just out there chilling. Forrest Griffin was just out there chilling, waiting for his car. Like people just, you can catch them out there if you wanted to, really.
So I'm going to go get you for some advice on how to get around.
There you go. The people from Fight Hype, whoever the UFC YouTubers are. I don't even know who does it on YouTube.
Not even a fighter. There's only one. But that ain't none of our business, though.
No, he's not like them. He's got a credential. He's got a backstage pass and everything, like to where he's like following a crew. He's not trying to pop up on random people, you know.
But you know what, man? Boxing. I mean, that's one thing that boxing has done better than the UFC. One thing. You know what I mean? they've made YouTubers really accessible, and they've gotten out a lot of content in that way. Whereas MMA, they haven't gotten content out the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
that's the only. I mean, that's like probably the one thing that boxing has done better. Because they credential those guys. And
you see the Adrian Broner last night? I even posted my version on Rain TV. And you hear me ask the question? He cooked his ass.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You talked to him?
Yeah, it went viral last night. I even posted my own stuff. Hella, you got on her Twitter. She like 67,000 views.
Who's that?
Hella Yee.
Oh, she's the one that asked Adrian Broner?
No, I did, but she has the video of it. She already posted up on her Twitter.
Oh, okay.
He basically saying that
post on Twitter quick, man. You got to get it up there.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get it out.
Talk to him.
Got to get it out. I try to tell him.
You Kendrick don't listen though. You know. I'm looking at my Twitter right now. From last night with the Manny Pacquiao, because I put out some video of when he was on top of the ring. It's what's it got? It's only got 3,000 views. But I mean, that's from last night. That was pretty quick. Like right after the UFC fight, I put out a video of Nunes when she was on the shoulders of her people and they were walking her back to the ring. And Bleacher Report sent me an email wanting to use my video.
Yeah, they give you some cash, they give you some money.
I can't talk about that. No.
Yeah, bro.
I did. I told them they could use it, man. Just go ahead and just courtesy me. You can use it.
Right.
But tell him, man, how electric it was when he after that first round he put Keith on his ass. They started playing that Filipino song for Black Eyed Peas. Them people were going crazy. I knew this was gonna be. It was like if Keith thought he was in America, he might as well have been in Manila, boy, because it was lit.
Oh, it was definitely a pro Manny crowd in there. It was
Filipino.
It was a pro. It was loud. It was really. I mean, the atmosphere.
It was loud. The atmosphere was.
Yeah, the atmosphere was great. You know what? The Manny Broner fight, it wasn't like that. Manny Barrera was one of the loudest atmospheres because you got the Mexican Filipino going against So that was really, really, and then obviously Manny with Marquez was really good as well. But the Manny Barrera fight was because that was a really, really good one. I forgot that I even covered that fight.
What time of the year was the Broner fight? What month was that?
A few months ago. What is it right now? It's July.
It was like March.
So that was
it was like March.
So we probably had to do more so with the time of the year. You would think, like, would it be in summertime? More folks was out there, and it was more lit.
I think it had something to do with the fact that Broner's a. Come on, man,
Broner brings out folks. I mean, despite his record,
he brings out the street folks.
I was going to say, what kind of folks?
I'm just saying he brings out folks. I wasn't going to get into the specifics. I'm just saying he brings out folks. But I mean,
you know what? Tiffany Haddish was there at that fight. Was that Broner? That was Broner.
Yeah,
no, that was Broner. Someone else.
Yeah, I remember because she got on the mic asking questions at the post-fight presser. I got watching it at home. I was like, "That's Tiffany Haddish that just got on the mic."
That's right. Cause I took a picture with her, and I actually have video of her on my Instagram. That was a while ago, then, huh? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a while back.
The hypest I've seen at a UFC fight was McGregor and Mendez. UFC 189 because they had a classic fight with Bobby Lala and Roy McDonald in the co-main, and then Conor got that belt and all those Irish people. This is before coming out. This was what made the Irish invasion official because he got that belt, and then everything took off from that fight on. And he got the Aldo and all that craziness. We watched Aldo together at the Hooters. He literally walks in. We're in Houston. I was doing NBA, and we agreed. He was out there. I don't even know why you were out there. And we agreed
covering the Patriots.
Yeah, we agreed to meet at the Hooters, and literally we walk in and saw the 13 second, and that was we ain't ordered our drinks.
Yeah, I mean, you might have sure did. Hey, cancel the order.
I know, huh? Exactly. The food's no good.
Yeah.
They're not a sponsor, are they?
Nah, I wish. It'd be nice.
That's funny. There you go. Look at that. I got my water.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Mr. Davis himself last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just saw him about an hour ago. He was at the Las Vegas Aces game. How about this? The Las Vegas Aces, the WNBA team that plays here, best record in the WNBA. The All-Star game for the WNBA is this Saturday here in Las Vegas. And guess you would never guess who was at the game. At the game today, take a wild guess. I'll just say this: NBA legend at the game, front row today.
Who Magic? I imagine MJ.
Nah, a little bit lower. Maybe on this. Bill Russell.
Oh, okay.
Bill Russell was at the Aces game today, man. Whoa, Bill Russell? Like, wow. So far this year at the WNBA games here in Vegas, very first game of the year. Kobe, you saw the interview I had with Kobe Bryant. Yeah. The second game of the year, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul.
That's funny.
And then they had Bill Russell in this game today.
Well, how did it deal with Liz Cambage?
That's good. Wow.
She was here in Dallas. She wild, bruh.
Who?
Liz Cambage. She can ball, but she's wild as S.
Oh, I've had a lot of interviews with her, man. She's great to interview. How about they were just Liz Cambage and Asia Wilson, who's the reigning Rookie of the Year, the captain of the All-Star team. She was did commentary for the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game, and her and Liz Cambage were on the cover of Slam magazine this past week.
Oh, really?
On the cover of Slam.
How tall is Asia? I know Liz is 6'8".
I think Asia might be 6'3", 6'4".
She's tall.
She got a nice game. She didn't even play today, and they won. She's in a boot, man. So, and it's kind of touch and go on whether or not she even will play in the All-Star game today. Or not today, but on Saturday, excuse me.
Shifting back to Combat Sports, what's your take on Spence Porter? That press conference was wild. Did you see my man Kenny Porter? Was he trying to be a trainer or was he trying to go to a funeral? My man Kenny's wild. Shout out to Team Porter for letting me join. They let me be in their camp this week a little bit. I got some behind the scenes stuff. Sean gonna come with it. You know I love about that. Come on, man. Now that Sean gonna come with it.
Sean Porter's like one of my favorite dudes, man. Like, he's actually come on my show on Sunday. I was just texting with him this week because I tried to get him on last week. He was out of town. I'm going to have him on sometime this week. But he represents Las Vegas, man. I live in Vegas. You know, I'm a transplant just like he's a transplant. So he's my Vegas dude, man. So I'm pulling for him in that fight. And obviously, Spence is your dude. You know, he's your Dallas.
It's gonna be a close fight though. Just doing what I know. It ain't gonna be no wild. I think Earl gonna win, but it'll be way closer than people think.
Honestly, man, I think most people that know boxing like you and I, like us, we all know that that's not gonna be a walk fight for Spence.
No, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Nobody's walking through Sean Porter. Nobody just walking through him. So yeah, that's going to be a fun fight to watch.
Yeah, people are trying to make it seem like, oh, well, if Porter fights this way, then it'll be a wash for Spence. Well, he's not going to fight that way.
Yeah, talk about the way he fought Ugas. The way he fought Ugas. Did you see the Ugas fight before in the co-main?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was a terrible fight. Actually, they should have made that fight. But here's the thing, though. If you're that guy, why don't you get him out of there?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, that's Captain Obvious question. Like, that fight was horrendous.
Yeah, like Omar Figueroa had no shot. It's basically like he moved up 2 weight classes, and he should be fighting at 135, 140 on a good day.
But you know what, though, man? One of the fights of the night, well, just for us, but the main event that they had, well, I guess the main event on Fox TV, the Caleb Plant fight. Excuse me. Caleb Plant fight, because he's a Las Vegas resident. He got Mike Lee out of there and
friend of the show. But you all the noise he talked this week, everything he said he was going to do, that fool did.
Man.
He said he's going to get about 3 rounds, he did. He said he's going to rough him up, he did.
Man. And Caleb Plant, my coworker Amber Dixon has done a lot of stories on, for real, you need to go on news3lv.com. She did a really good story on Caleb Plant, you know, what he went through with his mother and how she was murdered. I think he had an infant child die.
Yes.
I mean, she's done some really good stories on him, that are on our website, man. You should check it out, man. But Caleb Plant, I mean, he did his thing, man. He's a serious dude, man. Every time you see him, like, he's about that business.
Yeah. And,
you know what I mean?
Pops to him, and he's getting married in October to Jordan. I forget Jordan's last name. She does PBC. She does a real good job.
She does do a very good job. And on top of this, shout out to Caleb Plant. He walked by me last night. He's like, bro, that's a fire suit, player. I was like, you know.
As good as he is, I tell you who's going to be running that division, Mr. David Benavidez. That dude is a monster.
He is a monster. How about that fight though?
Him and Darrell or him and Plant. He gonna walk through Darrell. Him and Plant gonna be a good fight, but him and Darrell, he gonna smoke Darrell. Darrell gonna get smoked.
He's gonna walk through Darrell.
When Darrell be looking at that lights, he's gonna I'll be there at Staples Center. I'm gonna text you when I tell you.
Please do, because I like Andre Darrell.
Because you was smart 48 hours later.
Walk through him. What's that?
Because you was smart 48 hours later.
I respond 4 hours. This guy here, this fool texted me a second ago talking about come on the show when I'm on the air. You know what I do? What you mean? What you mean? You know I'm on TV. I'm live on TV talking about texting. I mean, really? I'm trying to edit. I got a show I got to do, man. I'm running back and forth like, yeah, okay. 4 hours later.
So you come on at 5?
I'm not surprised.
No, we going at 6. So we got a 5 o'clock and a 6 o'clock show.
They come on at 5 here in Texas for real. 5 and 10 on Sundays.
I believe they do, but I don't. I don't work in Texas. And you know what time it is in Vegas. You've been here long enough. You know what time it is here.
I never know on Sunday, though. I never know on Sunday. I fly out on Sundays.
Actually, I do. Anyway, it's 6 o'clock every day. It's 6 o'clock Monday through Monday.
Monday through Monday.
I'm going to 6, 10, and 11 every day.
He made up his own week.
Every day of the week is 6, 10, and 11. But it's all love, though, man. You know I wanted to be on the show. I'm a friend of the show, baby.
Appreciate you coming on as always, brother. Give us some insight to Las Vegas, how big a deal that they're losing these fights. Like Spence Porter, you would think, and I know behind the scenes, Porter didn't win a fight in Las Vegas. I don't know why, because he wouldn't tell me. He just told me straight up he didn't win a fight in Vegas. That's what he told me. But Las Vegas is, I know top ranking PBC is taking a lot of fights out of Las Vegas, though. I know for a fact.
Yeah, well, you know what? I talked to what's Errol Spence's trainer's name?
Derek James.
Derek James. He's a cool brother, by the way.
Very cool. Friend of the show.
Real cool brother. I met him last night for the first time. I talked to him for a long time, man, and he was talking about how, because we talked about that very thing, about how the fights are leaving Vegas, and it drives me crazy being here in Vegas, because I think the biggest fights need to be in Vegas. I don't care who it is. The biggest fights need to be in Vegas. And that Porter-Spence fight is a good fight, but what he was saying made sense. He's like, you know what? Since Spence isn't a draw, I mean, we can be real. Like, he's not a draw. You know what I mean? His talent doesn't equal his drawing power.
He did 50,000 at AT&T Stadium.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Dallas, man. Like that's not the same.
It's not the same, because with that, a lot of that had to do with Garcia.
Of course.
And bringing out the Latino crowd. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what you're talking about. Kendrick over there. And I love Aerosmith because you know that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Yeah. But his talent doesn't equal his drawing power. So he's like, Derek was like, you know what? You got to kind of give people a taste of him in different parts, like for the smaller fights, so to speak. So in Cali and New York, in Dallas, and then get those people to go to Las Vegas for the really big fight. So, it's okay with having it in LA, and then when he fights Pacquiao, which he's probably not going to, but if he did, for that big fight, that would be here in Vegas, and all the people from California would come here, people from Dallas would come here, you know what I mean? So he builds up his name in other places and then has like the big fight here. That's kind of what he was saying. I was like, that makes sense. Like I don't necessarily disagree with that. But I'm still greedy in the fact, because like I'm greedy, man. Like the Fury fight with Deontay Wilder, that fight should have been in Vegas.
Round 2 gonna be some of your boys' birthday weekend next February. I'll be locked and loaded my birthday weekend up in Vegas next year.
It'll be Vegas, man. It'll be cold, just so you know. Vegas is cold in February.
I learned that from November to I think it's November to February, because the 2 times I've been in November and December, your boy got sick trying to wear like regular Vegas stuff.
Oh yeah, it'll be cold, so that'll be cool, man. But yeah, that Spence fight with Sean Porter is going to be a good one. I can't wait to see that fight. I'm gonna have Sean Porter. I may have him on the show next week. But You know he's going to train like a monster. Spencer's going to train like a monster. Matter of fact, when I was talking to my guys last night, you seen the pictures with me in the Great Wall.
Yeah.
With Adam Plant, the great and
Big Church. That's our guy.
Church. Oh my guys,
the man with the security there.
Yeah.
Pops to this man, he introduced me to them. They've always treated me like family. You're Bryan's guy. We take care of you. I've seen them in L.A. I done seen them here in Dallas and New York. They always take care of me.
They done been around the world with Floyd, and we talked about that last night. So we're out in the lobby just talking for a good hour and a half, literally an hour and a half in the lobby. And while we were out there, Errol Spence came through, and you can see the picture on the Instagram, and he came through and took a picture with him. And they chopped it up for a while because, obviously they know Spence real well from when he was sparring with Floyd. And we had a lot of conversations about what that sparring was like. And off camera, we'll talk about it at some point.
Yes,
but
I definitely want to hear that.
Yeah, man. But talk with my guys, man. It was cool. And Spence came through. I mean, he showed him a lot of respect, man. He sat there and talked to him for a grip. And actually, that's when Derek came through again. I talked with him. I talked with him before the fight when I met him and had a real good conversation with him. And then I had another conversation with him after the fight when we were all kind of standing there in the lobby. People taking pictures with with Zoe, Alonzo, that's his name, but the Great Wall, Big Church and Adam, man, it was cool to see how they're stars, being body stars. And you don't know this, they used to be the bodyguard they started with Snoop.
Yeah, no, I seen it with Snoop at when Snoop did the podcast at UFC. Big Church was with him. Matter of fact, that's the last time I saw Big Church. It was last year because that's when John Jones got popped and stuff, and Dana White read his little statement. I was at the UFC. They call it the Tough Gym. Now I guess it's the old Tough Gym now.
They got a new one. Matter of fact, I was there for the opening of it. Yeah, the Contender Apex. Gym. Yeah, man, the Apex. Yeah. You need to go check out. I mean, I got pictures and all kind of stuff. Matter of fact, I interviewed Dana White live there, man. It was that Apex. They gave us a tour. It's nice. Nice.
Get out there and check it out, man. I haven't even seen the
What is it, Bryan?
You haven't seen what?
What is it?
What?
Yeah, Matt's talking about it. It's called the Apex.
No. So what is it? You said it was what?
It's live. It's nice.
He said nice.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Excuse me. What were you saying, Matt? You need to come to Vegas, man.
I haven't been out there in a minute, man. I haven't been out there in a minute, man. I haven't, like I was saying, I haven't even seen the PI yet. So they built the PI.
Yeah, the PI.
No, I haven't.
I haven't been in the PI.
I've not been out there yet.
I'm on Talk Time right now.
Are you on Instagram? Do I have you on Instagram?
I believe you do.
You need to, man, look at some of your boys' pictures, man. I got all kinds of shots from the new Apex inside the PI. I mean, I've been over there a ton since I've been at Channel 3 and whatnot. Matter of fact, they got a big announcement that they have on Wednesday that I might be over there for with Dana and a few other people.
That's why I wish I lived in Vegas.
Hey, if you have some big time stuff, man, we have to have you back on real quick then if you got some breaking news.
I really do have breaking news, man. I mean, they're not releasing it until Wednesday, but yeah, it's there's a lot going on, man. Vegas, there's a lot going on out here, man. I mean, think about it. Jeez, I told you about the WNBA stuff. You got the Raiders, all the boxing, the UFC, and they do the weekly Contender Series stuff in this new Apex, man. They're gonna have a studio inside of there where they can do all their broadcasting from the Apex, like a control room studio going, like Dana's talking about how beneficial it's going to be to him because he can go live for any of the fights around the world from inside the Apex.
Yeah, I saw that on somebody did like a tour with Dana. And
me?
I don't think it was your video though. I did see yours, but I think it was like, it was like that. It's a huge room, like it's a theater room, and he was like, I can just talk and they can hear me, like without any equipment on or anything, no matter where they are in the world. I was like, that's pretty legit right there. Yeah,
man, it's nice. I mean, it is really, really, really nice. It's top notch, that whole thing. And then the PI, I mean, Kendrick's seen that. The PI. Matter of fact, we another video, news3lv.com, of what we have for the different stories that we have. But Michael Carter Williams, we had an exclusive video of that. Jesse Merrick, which is one of my reporters here, number 3 guy at our station, he had exclusive video of Michael Carter Williams getting a tour of the PI from Forrest Griffin.
That's dope.
And we ran that this past week, and it should be on the website as well if you look up Forrest Griffin. But he took him all the way through, And I mean, showed him all kinds of different stuff, man, like the cryo chamber. I don't know, all the stuff they got in there or whatever. But it was pretty cool to watch that. Michael Carter Williams, a big UFC fan, what he said. And you know, Forrest Griffin is cool. Like, he's good people.
That's the way to end it. Bryan Salmond, sports director, NBC3, Las Vegas. You want to know anything on Las Vegas? As a man with the plan. Thanks for coming on, Bryan.
I appreciate it. Hit me up, man. Instagram or Twitter, Bryan, Bryan, News 3LV. Holla at your boy. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. You know I'm a friend of the show, man. Anytime, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate your time, man.
All right, y'all.
Peace.